Hello, everybody. Jeff Moriarty here with Swift, and we are giving an owner operator update. Got a lot of great topics to cover. We've got Ian and Brett here with us. Brett, the VP of Owner Operator Relations. How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, my man. Good to
You're
be here.
always doing awesome. That is you. I strive. I
Yeah,
strive.
I'm in good company.
Yeah. And then we have the wonderful, the amazing Ian. How are you doing there, buddy?
Doing great. Hey, everybody. It's good to be back.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking fuel prices. We're going to be talking inventory. We've got a couple fun topics here, but most of all, we love questions. We love hearing from drivers. So if you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever we happen to be, leave a question below. If you don't have a question, say hi. We love hearing from drivers. So let us know where you're watching from, what's going on. Hey, Michael, already first checking in. There we go. What's
What
up,
up?
team? How you doing, man? So I appreciate everybody saying hi. It's nice to know we're not talking into the void. So, all right, but let's get into the big topic. I think not just drivers know this, but I think pretty much everybody has noticed it is crazy at the pump.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is the first in history that we saw such a large increase within 1 week of time. I think it was close to 75-cent swing in the
yeah,
US national average. So talk about a wake up call, right? And so, I know there's some owners out there panicking, but those that are contracted at Swift are not, because of our fuel protection, otherwise known as a fuel surcharge. And so, not to get too deep in the weeds on all of the details of that, it's just at a high level. Just understand that when pump prices go up, so does your fuel surcharge or your fuel protection per mile. So just to give you an example here, so let's say diesel gets up to $6 at the pump. The fuel surcharge going back to our owner operators is close to 82 cents a mile. And so as at 550, it's 72 cents, but it goes up as fuel goes up. And so what the owners that understand, that control their miles per gallon, and that know when to kind of slow it down, when to idle less, they also know that they can pocket that fuel surcharge. I mean, there's a point in time where, just at simple math, I mean, if you took 81 cents, times 7 miles per gallon, I mean, you're at $5.67 just back in your fuel surcharge. So it adds up quickly, and it could be a revenue stream. And so, we wanted to get the message out there to just reduce the panic. And if you are in a program today that does not have fuel surcharge or fuel protection, give us a call. We'll be streaming our number here below. We'd be happy to speak with you. And yeah, Ian, anything you wanted to mention on that?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Jeff. You had something?
no, I was going to say there's a lot to unpack just in what he said before we add more to it. So
Yeah,
I'm going to put up the number below, but I want people to still leave those comments. So just because that goes away doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you.
yeah,
So here's the number. So let me work backwards on this. So if somebody is watching and they don't have the they weren't ready for a math problem there. The point, as I hear it though, is for drivers, for owner operators who are really watching their numbers, who are really working this as a business, and owner operators tend to have that business mentality, right? This is they've got their own trucks, they're working this here. If they pay attention to those numbers, this isn't something that should scare them. This is actually an opportunity that they need to look at, right?
yes, absolutely. And
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to mention, I mean, I'm sure we have some of our long tenured owners with us today that would speak just strictly from their experience. But yeah, I mean, it's an owner operator, to give you another example. I mean, an owner operator in today's environment that's getting 8 miles per gallon, which is quite attainable. I mean, there's a lot of our newer trucks, especially like that can get close to 9, but at 81 cents on your fuel surcharge, you're talking about your net cost per gallon is actually minus 53 cents, which, to give you an example, if you're running 2,500 miles a week, that's $1,350 back to you, because you're not burning it. You're
Right,
sa- you're
right.
you're you're keeping it. So
yeah, not only have you paid for your fuel 100% at that point, but you're also able to pocket that $1,300. And so there's a few comments on there that aren't, maybe the drivers aren't quite clear on how it works, but when you just do the math, if you're getting good fuel mileage, if you're averaging better than 7 miles per gallon, you're always going to win when fuel goes higher. It's just the way the math works.
Yes.
And wants to know, do different drivers have different fuel surcharges?
Yeah, good question. We do have a few different programs, but the main program for Swift is our over the road owner operator, and
Sure.
and that makes up 1,000 out of our 1,700 owners, and then there's some that are specific to regionals or dedicateds, but nonetheless they all carry that same method of, as fuel goes up, so does the fuel surcharge, to then make sure that the owner operator is whole.
Right. And this is something that Swift offers, right? It's not, just one more reason why somebody with their own truck or fleet of trucks would want to be an owner operator with Swift, right?
Yeah.
Get that
Yes.
stuff in there.
Yeah, no, appreciate that. There are some other companies that do, and some of the owners that are out there taking advantage of that spot market. Most of those spot market rates include fuel, and so right now it gets a little bit unnerving to know that spot market rate, even though it was a lot higher last year, it had fuel included, and now that spot market rate's also dropping. So love to talk to some of you folks and see if it makes sense to have you here at Swift.
Yeah, please. The number is right along the bottom of the screen. Give us a call. We're going to hit a couple more topics, and then we're going to go to general questions if you have them. Anything for Brett or Ian. These guys are incredibly smart, so drop those questions in there. Take advantage of them. Yeah, stump them. Get extra points if you stump them.
That's right.
Yeah. So we wanted to hit the fuel surcharge and the price of fuel right at the top, because I know that's been on a lot of drivers' minds. But backing up a second, there's got a couple drivers that we want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have two owner operators that are going to be paying off their tractors here in the next week or two, and not an easy feat, as we've discussed before, but both Michael and Marvin will be celebrating with no truck payment and collecting more cash along the way. So excited for them, and just wanted to give them a quick shout out.
Well, congratulations to both of them. Yeah, that's a fantastic milestone right there. Now they're paying off their truck, and I know there's a shortage of trucks out there in general, but that is not a problem that we have at Swift, is it?
No,
fortunately we've got a large amount of inventory, and in fact, I think, Brett, you were mentioning earlier before this call that we had over 100 trucks available for lease drivers today. So I know in other places, other dealers, just having inventory at all is difficult to do today. And if you're looking for a truck and looking to become an owner operator, we do have quite a different, a wide selection of different types of trucks and colors and decals and everything else. So
yeah, and that's honestly just so unheard of currently. If you call around, it's can you call us back next year? We're hoping to get our trucks delivered by then, and that's not the situation at Swift today. So there's plenty of colors and OEMs to choose from, mileage points, new, used, and maintenance repair programs. So different for anyone that has a specific need.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible opportunity, because I know there's still a ton of freight. You've got the fuel protection program we just talked about. So if somebody's looking at those fuel prices going, I'm not sure I'd want to drive right now, wrong. This is a fantastic time. And with the trucks that we have in inventory, to find that lease program that works for them and get out there and start their own business.
Yeah, the other thing with a strong inventory that creates at Swift is that if your truck, your leased unit or owned truck does break down and needs long-term repairs, we offer a rental truck. So you can keep going and keep making money. And so some of these other companies that do not have tractors available, or you're in a fleet that, if you do break down, it's on you. That just provides even more peace of mind knowing that you can still make money. So parts are actually starting to come in a lot more. We're not, that part shortage that we dealt with last year not so much. Still some parts are a little tougher to come by, but if that's the case, we can get you in a rental and keep you running. So
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic. Before we get into questions, anything on any of the topics that we brought up that you want to comment on?
no, I think we wanted to keep it short and sweet and just try to jump into some questions here.
Well, we can't go into questions. I think we should just make this the default transition question. Brett, where's the load
Ian.
board?
I think you said Ian.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. Ian, where's the load board, Ian?
It says break it up. No.
Yeah. I'm going through a tunnel right now. Sorry.
Yeah. No, the load board's actually progressing. We just got off with the developers 30 minutes ago and asked that same question. It's bottom line is every day they're working on it. It's improving. There's just been a lot more that they had to uncover under the automation piece. And so we hope to have a stronger timeline for you to give you that information. But we are adding current owner operators that are contracted at Swift. They're being added every day to test what we have available today. And so if you are currently with Swift and you want to get on that board, give us a call.
Yeah, and I'm joking there, but I know A, that the load board is highly in demand, and B, inside, I know they're working on it. It is coming. It's not a myth. It's not like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. This thing is coming. It's been seen in the wild. It's out there. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Hang in there and keep asking the question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We got a couple other questions coming in here, gentlemen. Let's see.
So Aubrey asked, what was the fuel surcharge today? And I don't have the actual today numbers, but I can tell you if the Department of Energy, the U.S. national average is $5 at the pump, then the current fuel surcharge is 63 cents per mile.
Yeah, I think today, Brett, it's just over 60 cents. So not quite 60. I think it's 61.5 cents roughly for today's fuel prices. And the national average this week on Monday, according to the EIA, was, I believe, it's 484.9. So just under 485 a gallon, and today it's probably even higher than that. So
yeah, we did also catch wind that the barrel prices were going to go down, and it looks like tomorrow is going to be a better day at the pump. So if you can hang on and just see if that's true, I heard rumor it could be up to 80 to 90 cents reduction. So just keep looking. I mean, we are in a crazy world right now.
Yeah, that is the understatement of the live stream right there, Brett. Thank you.
It's like the weather in Phoenix, it's 60 one day and 88 the next. So
yeah. All right. So Michael wanted to know, if you don't want to be in the MRP, can you upgrade to a new truck?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brett. Well, I'll answer that. Yeah. So once you've signed into that MRP program, then that is the lease that you've signed on to. So depending on the time involved, you may have 2 years left in it or whatever. Once you've completed that, you have the option to continue and purchase that truck, to upgrade, as you said, to a different type of lease if you wanted a newer piece of equipment. We add newer trucks to that MRP list each week, basically. And so if the program's worked well for you, then you may want to just, once you've completed it, upgrade into another MRP truck, which you can do. So a lot of options, but it is once you've completed the current lease that you're in.
Yeah.
Got it. So we're getting information from the live stream by an amazing source of information in the contractor world. Charlie chiming in with 2 factoids. One, saying that the FSC is 0.604.
Oh.
And he's saying that Bigfoot is real. So, Charlie, I'm not sure that you're real, buddy. So yeah. Bigfoot, I don't know. That seems like a bit of a stretch there. So unless you think I'm making this up, right here he is. Look at this. This guy is trouble.
Jeff. Bigfoot is real. Trouble. I love that. Yes.
All right. What other questions do you guys want to hit?
Let's see.
Gary wants to know if you could pay off a truck early. What a crazy idea that is.
So that is an option. It's something where there's what is the stipulated loss value for the equipment. And that's something that probably the best thing to do would just be contact us in the rapid response team, and we can look at your specific contract and kind of see where you're at in it. What's the best move for you?
Got it. All right. Any other?
Michael asked, what's the latest wait times for trading to a new truck? And I'll just make an assumption that he's someone that's leasing at Swift and he's becoming to the end of the lease of his truck. And so he wants to then get into a brand new model.
Right.
And so what we're seeing is that new trucks are being delivered. They're not specific this year for our end of lease customers. That order is going to be completed for delivery at the end of the year, beginning of next. But we do, because of how large we are, how many trucks cycle through new and used, we do have an opportunity to grab something new, just specific to what it is you're looking for. So the difference there is an end of lease customer would actually pick that truck from the OEM. So they would pick leather seat, swivel seat, fifth wheel release, those certain things, where that might be till next year. They can still get a brand new truck, plastic on the seat. It's just not going to have some of the amenities they might be looking for.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so Malachi asked, how do you find out the fuel surcharge on your settlement? So on your actual settlement, it actually comes up as revenue, and you'll see it per load. So you'll see it up on your revenue line, and it should say FSC, and then it'll total it at the bottom. A good question. And then if you are fueling at the stations that we provide a nickel off at the pump, that actually comes and shows on your settlement as well. So,
and to add to that, if you're wondering what it is per mile, it's something that we send out to all of our owner operators every Tuesday. So keep an eye on your Zone R messages. It should show up there from the rapid response team every Tuesday.
Right. See anything else, gentlemen, that you want to hit, or other bits of wisdom you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I guess just wanted to get that out there. Know that we're here for you if you have any questions, and really appreciate all of you out there, supporting all of us. And we do have a huge event coming up on March 21st. We're very excited for. That's that 3 and 4 million mile celebration.
Yep.
And we have, over 50 owner operators being represented at that event. So
it's going to be amazing here at corporate headquarters in Phoenix, coming in from all over the country for that. And they definitely deserve that recognition. So looking forward to that event myself.
Yeah, but thanks for the time. Thanks for having us, Jeff.
Yeah, and if you have any questions that we didn't cover, go ahead and leave in the comments below, and we'll get back to you. Or reach out to Brett or Ian. They are amazing about getting back to owners and getting you hooked up with whatever information you need. So thank you very much, and be safe out there.
All right. Thanks.